everyone, welcome back to another video. We are picking up where we left off here in A Realm Reborn. We're about to go on to the next quest, which is called The Wrath of Titan. Menphilia is waiting to brief you and your fellow Scions on a new development. Oh gee, I wonder what it could be about.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the Kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of Kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc Kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the Kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the Kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the Sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The Echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola, can we, Menphilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies. Tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Alright, so you heard them. Our next target is going to be Titan. Thank you for agreeing to handle Titan and the Kobolds. As Yastola mentioned, the mission will be fraught with danger, so we will want to spare no preparation. I shall look forward to your triumphant return, as shall all your comrades. Go with the blessing of the crystal. Again, she's very trusting. I mean, sure, we defeated one primal already, but that's no guarantee we're going to come back alive from another one. No matter one's past transgressions, all who have seen the dream are welcome, even men such as we. I have heard offers such as these before. All were not more than baits for the hangman's noose. Ooh, touchy. Looks like the Scions found herself a good crop of aspiring heroes. I reckon yours will be alright as long as these fine folk are around to protect her. As the primals fall, so do our spirits soar. Though mine aid be but modest, I nonetheless am heartened in my duties. I'm told you're one of our finest, Claire. I suspect we will see much more of each other in the future. If there's anything we can do to help, no matter how small, just ask. Broken carriage axle, cracked barrel, hell's even a leaky bucket. Say the word and we'll fix it. I don't want to believe that Master Garland is dead, but the chief wasn't the type to cut and run off. He would have gone to Cartano. He would have been there when Dalamud fell, which means... Claire, have you heard? I've been chosen to serve as Noraxia's bodyguard. There's been increasing reports of Imperial activity in Thanalan, and so the Antecedent insists that our guests be escorted wherever venturing outside. I know how hard you, of all people, work to endear us to the Sylphs. I swear to you that I will guard our honored guests with my life, and not allow your efforts to come to naught. Guarding Noraxia is a prodigious duty indeed. Arnvald is right to be excited. But he has never crossed swords with a Garlean before. I worry what will happen if he is forced to confront his father's countrymen. Congrats the boy, Claire, chosen by the Antecedent as the Sylph's bodyguard. What an honor. Of course, this means his dusty rags no longer suffice. I say we get the boy a shiny new set of silver armor, the kind the Sultan sworn to wear. We split the cost evenly and surprise him. Not bad, eh? Ida is on her way to Gardania to request the aid of the Order of the Twin Adder. In the meantime, we must learn all we can of the primal Titan. Literature may yield us the odd morsel of useful information, but there is no surer way than to seek the former members of the Company of Heroes. With this many people here, we need a culinarian of our own. We can't subside on rations and preserved foodstuffs forever. The Viking Sand sure is busy these days. Fresh-faced adventurers eager to make their mark. Famous folk like you running off to face the bleeding Lord of Crags. Maybe it's time me and the boys to retire. Venturing's a dangerous calling after all. Be a little slow, be a little late, just once, and that's that. You'll not believe it, but I've been summoned by Lady Menphilia. You suppose that she has an assignment for me? What I would not give to have something to fight for again, and yet I must not be overeager. Oh! Look at that! This one has finally figured out a way to make walking ones be quiet. What does Friendly One think? This one is very convincing, yes? Well, I've definitely seen stranger outfits. Maybe if she put on some pants? Well, again, I've seen stranger outfits put together, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Alright, so we have to head to Limsa Lomensa. adventurer, and welcome to Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about enlisting, speak with the personnel officer. Unless you are the guest we are told to expect. Forgive me, madam. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The Kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Old Gomorrah. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Word has spread of your accomplishments, Claire. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Claire personally. We are no strangers to conflicts. Long have the Sahagin and the Kobolds plagued our people, nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right, yet the solution is far from simple. The Kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Tharcrosity make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands, and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsans who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it. Yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us all fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Lominsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Claire? You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. How the Kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe, and I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed in the Grey Fleet's mills in Lower Lenosia. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you can ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. We of the Maelstrom do not jest when we say, "Till sea swallows all." The soldiers of our company fight until their very last breath, the very last drop of blood. Are we chained by these words? Nay, it is a freedom in which all who join our ranks learn to exult. That's a little bit dark, but hey. So, basically, the whole deal with the Kobolds right now is that there was a peace treaty that was made between both the Lominsans and the Kobolds. So, and like, you know how when little kids, they get into a fight and they kind of like draw a line somewhere and it was like, okay, so everything on this side of the line is mine. Everything on that side of the line is yours. Do not cross this line. So that's basically how their peace treaty was. So it's kind of like this invisible line in the sand, and so long as both sides stay on their respective sides, then there's no need for any trouble. However, it looked like the Lominsans, for whatever reason, stepped over that line and started taking what was on the Kobold side of the line. And that's kind of what caused this whole thing with Titan. Because the Kobolds see that as an invasion, they panicked, they summoned Titan in a way to protect themselves. To be fair, the Lomensons kind of had this coming. Surely they should have known that something bad was going to happen. I mean, I know that we have all these fights with the Kobolds, like, on and off, but yeah, so this is kind of big scale, it sounds like. So we have Taktru. The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit, I have never before met one of their members face to face. I imagine that a warrior who had toppled both Titan and Leviathan would seek to bask in the lifetime of fame and glory, yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. I don't know, some people just like a quiet life, but why are you here? Lay down, ye bird and sun, come drain a pint with me, we'll have a grand old time, find ye a lass or three. You got something to say, venturer, or just keep staring? Eh? You want to know about the Company of Heroes? 7 hells, price of bleeding fame, can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige ye. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Taktrum was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Tales from the Titus Slayer. Taktrum is eager to regale you with stories of his glory days. I don't know, I mean, he doesn't look particularly like someone who would be part of a group called the Company of Heroes. So ye want to hear about the tale of how the Company of Heroes bested a primal, do ye? Let me guess, you mean that bastard Titus, aye? Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. Ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit you, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh! Just like that. Boy, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. The people around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that made a nest by the windmill just south of here? I do that, then we'll talk. They call me a working man, I reckon that's what I am. Drinking under the chief's nose, sneaking out the back door, and nobody ever know. I think he's tone deaf. Seriously though, his gear barely looks any better than, like, the low gear stuff. I had no idea that there was someone else out here. These mills are built from the dead works and dungnans of decommissioned ships, the cloth taken from masts of the Armada. Though they may no longer ride the waves, the old ship's bones still remain a fleet. Ah, and that's why they call it the Grey Fleet. And you know, he really wasn't telling us too much information. Like, nothing that didn't sound like he was imagining what the fighting would be like. Oh, the rat came. Eh, so the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Save me the hassle of, never mind. Suspicious already. Hungry Goobers. Tactroon appears to be ignoring you. What? He's still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venturer. It was a pretty risky strategy, the kind only veteran of 10-score battles could rely upon. I want to teach ye, I truly do. But until ye prove ye have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying, say, a Gooboo. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flour mill here, so ye ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Course, I ain't asking ye to cut one down as quick as a skilled axeman like meself. Any road, why don't ye try heading out due west and stand lookout case a Gooboo comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling ye more about old Titus. Bit convenient there. Wow. Is it just me, or does he seem a bit bigger than regular-sized Gooboos? I don't know, these things always kind of creep me out. I mean, just look at those teeth. Looks like at least 3 rows of, like, razor-sharp teeth. Can you imagine those being the last thing you ever see before it swallows you? Eh? You again? Then that Gooboo that was harassing the Millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, adventurer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure I should tell you our secrets. Really? Come on. The Lominson Way. Tactroon remains unconvinced of your readiness to defeat the dread primal Titus. Yeah, that's a clear sign that something's wrong here, is when you can't get the thing's name right. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you've got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew, Tactroon, you in here drinking again? If you are, that Gooboo had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You had me word on that. Cleave the beast's skull in two with me trusty axe, I did. Is that a fact? What will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Tactroon who slew that Gooboo, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tactroon, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes. The legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seventh hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink-sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Well, see, Titus was just what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagin shite I've ever heard. Both of you, outside. We'll learn the truth the Lominsan way. Taktrun, if you didn't slay that Gubu, you may consider your contract revoked. Yeah. Piece of advice, everyone. If you're going to lie about who you are, get your facts straight. Well, he seems calm. Destroy the large boulders. Alright, you know the rules. First one to smash their boulder will be judged the Gubu Slayer. And don't even think about trying to kill me. That's cheating. Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. Ah, the hell's with it. So the contest begin. Oh sure, give the smaller girl the bigger boulder. Look behind you, a three-headed Gubu! I like to work off all for that. Hey! How you doing, lass? Feeling a bit stiff by chance? Only killings against the rules. You're still at it? Bugger mates, it's lucky I got one of these. Oh no. Oh, like hell, I'm gonna let him get away with that easily. Okay, paralysis worn off. Me arms! Me bleeding arms! Yeah, well, if killing's against the rules, then you won't mind if we do that! Look! We took ours out and he's barely made a dent! Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes. But I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson. Honest, I have. Save your blubbering, Taktrun. Oh, gods, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive ye. I swear. It's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and then there was this grizzled marauder everybody treated like royalty. When I heard he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you went and believed me, so I... Look, his name was Wisecat, alright? Wisecat. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell's that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then, tell the chief to forgive me. It's only fair. Well, it's your choice, buddy, but I really wouldn't hire him back. After all, we took care of all of his chores. Well, your Stola's gone. And he's still singing to himself, so I really wouldn't want someone like that working for me. But, hey, that's not our problem now. You know, when I look at the beach like this, it makes me think I need a vacation. Arden, you wish to slay the Lord of Crags. We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves heroes then, just like in the tales. Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with the power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks, and we've taken every possible precaution. We lack only knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him, in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll give you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you, but I will not send you into Old Gomorrah on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gigi Riju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Old Gomorrah. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to this man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I'll use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa Lomensa hangs in the balance. Oh, no pressure there. And where was that passion before when we were talking to Tantrum back there? Alright, next quest is called Next Step, but we will leave it there for right now. I think that's a good place to leave off for the time being. But hey, thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and you'll be looking forward to the next video, which should be coming out soon. So until then, bye-bye!